Now I'm not entirely sure that I got these into the right spot. I want to blow this up. I'm talking about the bottom flower. Okay, there seems to be a bit of a discrepancy on this one. In fact, on all of them. They all seem to be that little bit low. So, I want to highlight one of these. Thank you. Just tap him up a little. That's a bit better. Now it seems to be sitting exactly in on top of its shapes. Okay, so now I'm going to tell that stop. And I've been looking at this. It is possible to do it using the turning angle tool. But I actually want to make that as a solid shape. Not simply because I'm idle, because I am, but because I think it's going to look a little bit better if it's done as a whole shape going around, with these then coming off of it. And I'm going to use this colour, the peony purple. Do you know me, peony purple? Now I'm only doing it for the digitizing, because when I come to test stitch it, I will choose my own colours at the machine. I'm going to pick up my turning angle tool and start in here, and I'm not sure if it's going to let me do what I want. Well, of course it won't, because it won't let me make a curve there. So this is where I'm going to break the rules. Okay, I'm going to come down below, breaking that line. Now I'm going to show you something else. You're going to have to bear with me. You know what I'm like. That's what I want. Haha. Okay, above that line, click around my shape. Now, although this series is primarily about your turning angle tool, and when you submit your challenge, I want to see how you've used it, how inventive you've been with it. I won't slap anybody's wrist for utilizing a different tool for a small area. Bring that down to there, up and around, down, into there, out, right mouse nodes, into there. There we go. Now I've used the radial fill tool. First thing I'm going to do is select it and go to Object Details, Radial Fill tab, and say no to the pattern. Then I go to Fill Stitch and I say no to Satin Fill. I want Weave Fill. Thank you. I've changed that to 2. And I changed this to 5. And one of the few times I tell it travel on edge. It's got a dirty great hole in the middle. So I go to Reshape and I land on the node that's right in the center, and I move that down to about here, and you can see angles are radiating from the center of this. If I move it lower, they actually become straighter. If I move it closer, they splay out more. If I make that little circle smaller by grabbing its outside nodes and moving it up even tighter, they splay out even more, and they nearly follow the curve of the other shapes. So I'm going to tell that when I find its exit point. Where's its exit? Oh, come on. I can't see the red cross. Anybody see that? There's the red cross. I want that. Where do I want that? I'll put it down here for the minute, because I've actually got to do this shape up on the next one, and I've lost a row of stitching just there. Why did I lose a row of stitching? See that black line? Thank you. Don't you dare disappear on me. Thank you. Save. Now, when is that saving? I must have moved... Oh, when I moved this all up, I must have accidentally touched my home keys. Fiddlesticks. Because now it's showing that in the wrong position. That should be coming from there. Ungroup. So I will be leaving all these little boo-boos in. So I want you to see them. Right, this one. Undo. No, no, no. Go back up to where you belong. Fiddlesticks. What I want is him. He doesn't belong there. He belongs up here. And that's where that jump should go from. Because normally what I do is I run a run stitch from my endpoint to my next colour and then start it from the end of that endpoint, because I don't like my machine doing jumps. So let's look at that anyway. Right, there's that shape. And I think that's fine. I'm quite happy with that. And that's its endpoint there. So I've got a little jump from here, which I shouldn't have. I should have gone straight to here. But now I've got to find a way of getting from there up to there. So I'm going to put up with a jump for this center colour. And now I'm going to do a colour change. And I'm going to do this sagey green and blow this up. Right. I'm going to start my shape up here. I'll take it out of digitizer mode and lay my first two nodes. Oh, I forgot all about these. Maggie, forget that. Go back to this. Run line. Just run a short little stitch from there to here. Go to candle wick. And again, I'm not worrying about the gaps in between the petals. Now, my candle wick is only 2.98 wide. That is far too small. I'm going to increase that to 4. Somewhere I have my own candle wick motif. I'm not quite certain where I put it. And then I want to reduce this to 4.2. Click back on that. Now you can see how close they are together. I could even do with them a little bit bigger than that. Let me see. 2, 4. No, it's only going to give me 1 inside of each one anyway. But a small candle wick is a pain. It's a pain to your sewing machine. It's a pain to stitch out. So let's have a look. I don't know that I like that. So let's take that out. Let's take that out. It's not nice. Don't think we'll bother with the candle wick. And we'll also take out that little short run line. The candle wick is too small, or our design is too small to carry a candle wick. And the actual size of the dots are too small to use pre-digitized circles, because they're only 1 millimeter across, and you really would hang up your sewing machine when it was stitching. So we will take the green and put my first 2 nodes in at the top. Hang on, go away, what are you doing? And I'm going to do this in satin, because that will act as a nice foil. I don't want too narrow a stitch. 1, 2. Bring that down below the level of the next 2 that I would be using. Give it a dead straight line. Get in there. My thumb is misbehaving. Enter that. Now, pick up my run line tool again. Carry that stitch over to here. Just tuck him up there. And then go and pick up my satin run line again. My satin turning angle. And lay 1, 2, 3, 4, curving that in just there. And then put a left node here. I'm still bugged by that pink jump and left node there. I'm going to walk through that in a minute and we'll do it on the next video. And then come down to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Drop this down to about here. Enter that. And then let's look at that. We've got a little bit of a split satin there. I don't like this top, but I know if I make a satin stitch which is under 1 millimeter wide, I'm going to create problems for myself and my machine. So let's put him back into digitizer mode. Highlight it. Thank you. Wrong one. Click on the outline of that one. That gives it to me. And blow that up. And let's see how that looks when it stitches, if it will stitch for me. It might be too narrow. It's done it, but I'm not that happy about it. And this one is 2. I'm going to knock you out of simulated stitch mode. Well, I'll tell you what, it's easier to go and press M on my keyboard and go 1, 2. Yeah, that's 9.5 millimeters wide. That's far too wide for to ask a sewing machine to swing across. And quite apart from anything else, it would catch all the time. So we just have to put up with a couple of split satin stitches at the top. Okay, now that's it for this video, because I have a feeling that this is a very long one.